Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om Satchidananda Rupaya Krishna Klishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Buddhisakshine. So yesterday we were seeing the Tattvamasi etc. statements which were in square brackets. I told you yesterday that the square brackets come to an end with this Ityadi, Shruti, Smrti, Itihasa, Purana, Laukike, Jascha. With this, it comes to an end where it says etc. Shruti, Smrti, Purana, Itihasa, history, Purana, mythology. Okay, all the unlaukika, the worldly statements also establish that the self is non-dual and the other things are non-real. Okay, we said all that. But these are in square brackets. Again, we said that it does not mean that these are not part of the bhashya, because in other texts, other publications, these are included in the bhashya. That is one proof. The second proof is the next discussion is going to be on the topic which was in square bracket. So this is also in bhashya. The square bracket, the reason for square bracket is these don't have a commentary by Taraka Brahman. That's the only reason. There is no other reason. Okay. Now, how do you say that this is also part of bhashya? Because Siddharthopi Vedasya Pramanyameshtavyam, he is beginning with one topic. Siddhartho api Vedasya Pramanyameshtavyam. This topic cannot begin without accepting the previous statements. Most importantly, the Tattvamasi etc. which we saw. We saw Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Idam Sarvam Yadayam Atma, then I am Atma Brahma, all these Mahavakyas. This, without these statements, this question itself, this topic itself does not rise. What is the topic? Siddharthopi, even something which is well established. When you are talking about Tattvam Asi, what is Tattvam Asi? That you are over. That without the embodiment of Ishvara, this without the embodiment of Jiva, they are both same. That is what the statement says. Now, without talking about that Tattvamasi, how can that is Siddhartha talking about something which is already established, which is existing. So that also should be accepted as pramana, valid proof. That is what this topic starts with. Why should we talk about this actually? Because amnayasya kriyarthatvad anarthakyam atadarthanam, the Veda, the Purvamamsakas, they accept amnayasya kriyarthatvad. Vedas are basically based on kriya, activity. Therefore, anarthakyam atadarthanam, whatever has a different meaning, whatever does not have a meaning of action, whatever statement which does not give the meaning of action to do, then they are all useless. They are not valid statements. That is what is their basic premise. So based on that premise, this Tattvamasi etc. does not have an action, activity, or to be associated with the karma. Therefore, these are all anarthakya, useless. That is what they say. Now, so paksha sadhani, useless in the means they will take it to different meaning. That's a different thing. So paksha sadhanihi akaryam api arthajatam ahachet. This is not possible. See, they say this is a question true. Even the statements which are without an action should be accepted as pramana. Why? Because you people accept. Where do we accept? You give inference, like, so for inference you accept inference, and for inference you are going to give a logic, syllogery. In that syllogery, so paksha sadhanihi, to establish your paksha is the premise, the topic of discussion. Mountain is the paksha, where there is a doubt regarding something, that is paksha. Sandigdha sadhyavam, where there is a doubt regarding the object that needs to be established, is there, that is paksha. Okay, now what is that you want to establish there? In the mountain, you want to establish a fire. For that, you give because it has a smoke. This is a statement without any action. You do accept it as a valid proof. That is why he says, so paksha sadhanehi, the statements which establish the paksha, karya, akaryam api, though they don't have any action enjoined, artha jatamaha, they are useful, they give you meaning, you accept that. Chet, if said so, this is a shloka actually, I said, tathaiva paropi vedavasheduchyutehe. And similarly, the other Vedic parts also, where they don't enjoin, the kriya is accepted to be valid proof. If they can be accepted as valid proof, then why cannot Paramatma Druknakim? Why cannot the statements which establish the absolute self be not valid, be invalid? There is no reason for it. Ityai abhiyuktahi uktam. This is not a logic which I am giving. This is abhiyuktahi, means people who are well established, who have the knowledge of this. They say this. What do you have to say about this? I'll say Anvaya Anya Anvitarth Anvita Anya Anvita Swarthe Padanam Tasamartyam na Karya Anvita Swarthe. See, for a statement to be pramana, it need not be associated. Karya Anvita means associated with Karya. Anvita means association. Okay? Anya Anvita Swarthe. Anya Anvita, associated with something else. That is the, see, what does that mean? There are two ways to understand a statement. One is Anvita Abhidhana, the other is Abhita Anvidhana. Anvita means connecting. Abhidhana means meaning. Connecting and then taking a meaning. Meaning and then connecting it. These are the two ways. I don't understand. Okay. Do you understand? Do you understand? You have the knowledge of all the three words, right? Do you understand? Okay, what I ask? Yes, no, you say yes or no. Because you understood the statement connecting each of the other words. Okay. Now, the first time I read this statement in the paper, I was like, what does that mean? It gave a shot in their arm. This knowledge, this technique gave a shot in their arm. I was like, why did they shoot themselves? Or why did they inject themselves? I was confused of this meaning. It gave a shot in their arm. So that has a different interpretation in this circumstance. So I understood, okay, this is, they have achieved something. So it gave a shot in their arm means it gave a boost. It gave a strength. That is what it means. So after understanding the meaning, I deciphered that it has a different meaning. Understand? So you connect and you understand, or you understand and then connect. There are two ways. So he says, Anya Anvita Swarthe. So, in connection with another thing with oneself, there are two words. So, do you like chocolate? Do you? What do you? Like? Like what? Chocolate. Chocolate what? Do you like? So, do you connect one word with the another word? See, that is how we understand the syntactical connection. See, any statement, to give a proper meaning, there should be four clauses. A, akanksha, there should be expectation. One word should fulfill the expectation of the other words. Okay, so that's the connection. First, akanksha. Yogyata, there should be eligibility. You cannot say things without any eligibility. There should be eligibility. Third, yogyata, there's akanksha, yogyata. Sannidhi, there should be a connection. Today you ask, do you? And then after 2-3 days, you ask like. And then after 4-5 days, you ask chocolate. There is no connectivity here. Sannidhi is not there. So I don't get the meaning of that statement. So you have to say it in close proximity. Okay. So then there is tatparya also, the qualification, whatever the purport of that statement is, that should also be there. Without a purport, there can be no statement. So here, any statement, any word with should be in connection with the another word in its real meaning. That is what is the eligibility of to be a pada in a statement, to be a word in a statement, not that it should be associated with the action. Why? Because if you accept that it should be associated with the action, then tata sati, tata asati. If you don't accept like that, that it should be only connected with one word or the other word in the meaning, not with the action, then arthavadanam ananvaya prasanga. The arthavada statements means the statement which eulogize or which denounce. They will not have any connectivity, any connection between the between themselves and the statement which they are praising. I don't understand. There is a statement. You should have to study. Why? If you study, then you get good. If you get good marks, you get to go to good school. If you don't study, then you will be useless. Okay. So study well. That is the vidhi. That is the injunction. Study properly. Then if you don't, then this will be the result. If you do, then this will be the result. There are two results. This is a to praise or to denounce. You do it, then you are going to go to a better job. You don't do, you are not going to go to a better job. That is what you are not going to do anything in life. That is what is the idea. Similarly, there is a statement in Veda. The Veda says, Vayu vai shvetamalabhed bhuti kamaha. There is an injunction. Vayu vai shvetamalabhed bhuti kamaha. Bhuti means greatness. If you desire greatness, bhuti kamaha, if you desire greatness, Vayu vai shvetamalabhed. For Vayu, definitely shvetamalabhed. Use a sacrificial cattle for Vayu. Sacrifice a cattle for Vayu. Shvetam, white cattle, white cow. That is what the statement says. You heard. If you want greatness, sacrifice a white cattle for the sake of a Vayu. Now, okay, there are so many statements like this in the Vedas. If you want heaven, do this. If you want that, do this. If you want rain, do this. If you want sun, do that. There are so many statements. One more statement. So what? But there is a quality here. What is that? Vayurvekshepishta devata. Next statement, immediate statement says, Vayurvekshepishta devata. Vayu is a god, deity, which is faster. So, Vayum eva svena bhagadena dhavati upadhavati sa enam bhutim upagamiyati. So, Vayu runs with after taking the sacrifice, it runs faster and brings him closer to the result, faster, quicker. That is why you should have to perform the sacrifice for Vayu. Okay. Now, Vayu, you perform the sacrifice for Vayu for greatness. Vayu is a quicker deity. So this Vayu is a quicker, the air is quicker deity, air deity is quicker. This is a eulogation statement to encourage you to perform that result for getting quick result. Okay, perform that karma to get a good result. That is Anvaya Buddhestu Titvat. The Anvaya, the connection between the first statement and the second statement is in the sense of stuti, in the sense of praising that karma. Nahi bhavati. If see, this is exactly what the commentator also brings in another thing. See, the similar thing is seen with the Guru Seva, performing the service to the Guru. How? Because in both the Yaga and the Guru Seva, there is two things in common. One is a Balavad Ishta Sadhanatvam, second is a Balavad Anishta Ananuvanditvam. Meaning, there is a very strong something, the result which is likable, and there is very strong there is no very strong dislikable result. In both, very strong likable result and no strong dislikable result. Okay, therefore service to the guru and performing this yaga similarly are beneficiary to get quicker results. Kshipra means faster, quicker. Okay, for quicker result. Now nahi bhavati, if you don't accept that, the Arthavada statement, the eulogation statement to be connecting with the main injunction, then nahi bhavati vayivyam shvetamala bhed bhutikamaha vayurvekshepishta devata iti. Then these two statements, that Vayu, the fire, the deity of air, is a perform sacrifice for this deity if you want greatness, under the eulogation statement which says it is a faster deity. This connection, there is no utility for this two statements. No. See, that is not what, you don't have to say that. See, I understand that I have to perform something. The Vedic statement says you have to bhutikamaha yajeta, perform. There is an injunction, there is a vidhi, that order. So based on that order, I am performing it. Not because of there is a eulogation statement. The Veda says I am performing it. This is the opponent's idea. We say no. Just because there is a statement, you don't perform. Even if it's a vidhi order, the school, the teachers say, study well, or the elders say, study. Does this, is this heard by the students? Students, see, teacher, a learned fellow says study. Parents who are learned, they say study. Parents who have not studied, they say study. Everyone says study. Now, does that make us to follow that rule? No. You yourself have not studied. Why are you telling me to study? Because I know the troubles. You should not go through the troubles. You have studied. Why are you making me study? Because I want you to be living like me in a better way. So these are the things. So, but the thing is, we are not ready to listen without any reason to associate with us, meaning anything to connect with us. Without anything to connect with us, we won't accept it. So what is that? That is why he says, I am following it because there is an injunction. You are not following because there is an injunction. You are following because ragasya pravartakatvam, na niyogasya. The injunction is not making you perform the karma, but the desire alone prompts you to perform the karma. The people say study. You are not studying because they said, but you want to study because you want to be topper in the school class, or you want to go to higher work and all, good salary and work and all, or you want to score good among the friends. Whatever it is, there is a desire based. Everything you perform has a desire behind it. Everything you perform. But I want to perform this sacrifice, which is a black magic sacrifice, to destroy him. I hate him. So where is the desire? Right? Wait. You hate that person. That is what prompts you to perform this karma. True. But you have to have desire to perform this karma. Otherwise, even if you have hatred for the other person, you will not be performing the karma. So behind every action, there is desire. Tatacha Shruti. This is what the Shruti itself says. Atho khalu ahu kamamaya eva ayam purusha iti. Sayatha kamo bhavati tat kartur bhavati. Yat kartur bhavati tat karma kurute, yat karma kurute tat abhisampadhyate iti. A very beautiful Vedic statement from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It says, Atho khalu, thereafter, indeed, ahuhu. They said, the people who are learned, they said, what did they say? Kamamaya eva ayam purusha, ayam purusha kamamaya eva. This samsari, this individual fellow which we are talking about, is kamamaya. Means one who is abundance, one who is with abundance of kama, desire. Is desire propelled. That's his in nature. Why? Because we know the order of action in the world. Jnana, Ichha, Pravritti. Knowledge, desire, action, result. This is the order. So, similarly, Yatha Kamo Bhavati Tat Kratur Bhavati, whatever he desires, whatever he wants to gain, the knowledge of that object, Tat Kratur Bhavati, he has intention for that. Whatever is the object of desire, the knowledge for the object of desire, his intention also, kratu is intention. His intention also is based on that object of knowledge, object of desire. Yet kratur bhavati tat karma kurute, whatever is his intention. Like, okay, I want to gain that, or I am capable of doing that to gain that. So that is the intention. So whatever is your intention, you perform tat karma kurte, you perform action accordingly. And yet karma kurte, whatever action you perform, accordingly tat abhisampadhyate, you gain that result. Okay, so you have the knowledge of the object, then you have an intention, then you perform the action, then you gain the result. This is the order. Tatha cha smrtirapi. It is not just said in Shruti, it is said in Smriti also. What does the Smriti say? Akamata kriya kachit drishyate neha kasyachit yat yad hi kurute karma tat tat kamasya cheshtitam. Akamatah kriya kachit drishyate naiha kasyachit yat yad hi kurute karma tat tat kamasya cheshtitam. Iha akamatah kachit kasyachit kachit kriya na drishyate. Here in this world, a person who does not have desire for him, there is never, nowhere a karma is seen. He performing a karma is seen. Nowhere, never he performs a karma. If he doesn't desire, why will he perform a karma? We already saw prayojanam anudvishanam andope pravartaye. Without a desire, without the desire for the result, even an idiot won't perform an action. So why will people without desire perform an action? Anywhere that is not seen. Okay? Yadhadi kurte, whatever, yadyadi karma kurte, whatever karma he performs, tat kamas cheshtim. It is all because of the desire. The desire is propelling him to perform them. Kama yesha krodha yesha. Bhagavad Gita also says, Kama yesha krodha yesha rajoguna samudbhava. This is kama, this is krodha. This is desire, this is anger. These are all from the rajoguna. And he is also including anger. He already saw. Anger is also a desire. You desire to hate him. You desire, you don't want good for him. Simple. That's also a desire. Now, Anyaparanam api mantrarthavadanam pramanyam angigartati. So, therefore, even the statement, arthavadas, the statements eulogizing, even those statements, anyarthapadanam, which are not giving you the meaning of an injunction or a action, should also be accepted as a valid proof. What will happen? What if I don't accept? That's a good question. Tesha apramanya kathanena uragattam gatavan nahushaha. Just by saying that they are not valid, they are not valid proof. Just by saying that Nahusha, the one among the Indras, Uragattam Gatavan, gained a birth of a snake. He was cursed to become a snake. Nahusha was Indra. He was cursed to become a snake because he didn't accept the valid proof of these statements. Tatkatsam. How is that? This is a story from Mahabharata. Okay. ऋषयस्तु परिश्रान्ता वाह्यमाना दुरात्मना देवर्षयो महाभागाः तथा ब्रह्मर्षयो मलाः ऋषयस्तु परिश्रान्ताः बाह्यमानाः दुरात्मना देवर्षयः महाभागाः तथा ब्रह्मर्षयो अमलाः अमलाः pure deva rishis, the divine rishis, brahma rishis, the brahmin rishis, and mahabhagaha rishayastu, maharishis. So all these great rishis, the divine rishis, maharishis, brahmana rishis, etc., parishrantaha, they were tired because of vahyamana, because duratmana vahyamana, they were carrying this duratma, this evil fellow. Okay, who? This Nahusha. Devarashayo paprachu samshayam tetu nahusham papachetasam ya ime brahmana prokta mantra vai prokshane gavam ete pramanam bhavata utaho neti vasava nahusho neti tanaha sahasa muda chetanaha paprachu samshayam te. They were asked a question. Nahusham papachetasam. This Nahusha asked a question to those people. Nahusha, who has evil intention, evil tendency, asked a question. Ya ime brahmana prokta mantraha. The mantras which are said in the Vedas, the Brahmana bhagas, prokshane gavam. Gavam prokshane, with regards to the gavam prokshane, cows, prokshana means sprinkling. We have to sprinkle water. It's a purifying act. That's all. Okay. During the sprinkling act, there is a mantra said in the Vedas. Regarding that, he is asking, Ete pramanam bhavata utaho naiti. Are they accepted to be valid proofs or not? Nahusha says, Nahusho naiti tanaha. Nahusha said, no, they are not valid proofs. Now, Sahasa, immediately he said, Muda Chetaha, this idiot, this fellow with evil intention, this fellow, he said immediately, no, they are not valid proof. Why? Why did he say that? Because he has done great karmas, he has gone to that state of becoming a Indra, etc. Why did he say that? See, the seed of doubt, that's what we have to understand first. If you want to condemn any logic, you have to understand the seed of doubt, from where he is approaching the subject. If you are going to answer the question, then there is no end to it. He is going to answer. If you are going to touch the seed of the problem, then you are going to get rid of him completely. So, what is seed of doubt? There is a statement in the Vedas. Gavascha brahmanaschaiva kulamekam dvida kritam ekatra mantras tishtanti havirekas ekatra tishtati. The Brahmins and cows are from the same family. They are accepted to be of same family. And the mantras are accepted only for Brahmins, whereas the cows are accepted as a havis. Havis means a oblation material. Brahmins take the mantras and the cows become the havis, the oblation material. They are from the same family, right? So, what do you accept? See, the mantras which say Devanshaya, Yavir, Yajate, Dadati cha, these are the mantras which you use to sprinkle on the cow before they are going to be used as sacrificial, for the sacrificial rites. So what he suggests is, what he says is, so they are from the same family. So, like a Brahmin who has completed his studies, when he enters the house, who was our house, then you have to give him some sweet drink. Madhuparka, we call it. Okay. So, similarly, this cow should also be treated. It should not be cut. It should be treated with this sweet drink. That is what he wants to say. Therefore, he says, no, using them as a sacrificial object is not right. Rishaya uchuhu, the rishis said. Adharme, all the rishis, they are saying this. Adharme sampravartastvam dharmam cha vijigrakshati pramanam yetadasmakam purvaih proktam maharshibihi. Adharme sampravartahatvam dharmam cha vijigrakshati pramanam yetadasmakam purvaih proktam maharshibihi. Adharme sampravartam, adharme sampravartah. You have gone into the, you are immersed in the adharma, performing the adharma, the non-righteous actions. Dharme cha vijikrishti, and dharmam cha vijikrishti, and you are condemning the dharmas. You are fighting upon the dharma, the righteous activities. एतद् अस्माकं पूर्वैः महर्षिभिः प्रोक्तं प्रमाणम् इति. For us, these statements are accepted to be valid. You say it's not valid. For us, the ancient teachers have said, accepted this to be valid. That is what it is. They have accepted it to be valid. They are valid. You cannot question that. And why it is, what happens later is explained by Agastya. Agastya Vacha, we'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.